cry if I
I'm
see
thinking
it.
about it and I'm crying.
Yeah,
Right?
this idea of,
Right?
Like a fight and then all the kids are just like defenseless.
Uh-huh.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of the Awkward Tea Party. Today we have Lauren and we have Max.
I'm a guest on my own show. I still think Eddie Munson's gonna come back as a vampire.
Oh my
that
God.
theory.
Yes, I really hope he does. I've listened to so many
Cast
videos.
vampire.
Yeah,
It makes
I think
sense.
I think that'd be fantastic. Oh, we were watching a video today where they kind of already had season 3 had like their
They had that like where Billy was like the bad guy and then he had his redemption arc.
Yeah.
And there's kind of like they're kind of trying like to
then,
do that
like-
again with Billy would just be redundant.
yeah.
So
But but he wasn't bit by a
Should have
bat.
killed Steve.
he did.
But
Yeah, he was just controlled by the mind flayer. Actually, there's also another one where it was going to be Max that was going to be the foot soldier for Vecna because she's still in a coma, so she might actually still be under his control. But she could possibly still fight it and destroy him from the inside.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, shit.
And if it's that, let's
That's a
go.
good one too.
Redhead's named Max. Let's go.
Damn. Yeah, because there's no body of Eddie, so right.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
They
just
never
I think
recovered
they
the body. It
left
was just,
upside down.
people assumed that Dustin just left him there because Dustin was
We're
also
gonna talk
limping.
about it. Yeah, let's talk about it.
We're going to talk about it.
Yes, beautiful. Oh my God, yes, Stranger Things. I'm just sorry. Do you want to talk about Stranger Things?
No, go ahead.
Yeah,
You
sure.
guys
You
catch
want
up
to
with
Stranger
listening
Things or
now.
do you want to talk about
Oh my God, I've been on this binge of Stranger Things, like just rewatching it for like the past.
Oh,
few
yeah.
weeks. It's just given me so much enjoyment. Even when I went on my run today, I was just listening to the cast, like answer questions and also hold puppies, and I was just like,
Oh, that one, yes.
Yeah. It's so much fun.
Yeah.
Just like listening to all the interviews, like the Netflix interviews, and just how they interact with each other. I've been watching Jamie Campbell Bower.
Oh.
And what a
A gift from
fantastic
God.
gentleman.
If
Yes.
a God existed, he's a gift.
Oh my gosh, I'm just so wholesome.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, wow, you seem great. Even off camera, you're Vecna? This is so strange.
I mean, my favorite meme that came out from like the whole thing where there was a video of showing like the whole prosthetic like makeup process was him with his Starbucks like in full Vecna makeup.
Just like
Yeah, I mean the whole process from like they had a 7 a.m. call time. He had to be ready. He had to be on makeup by 1
by
a.m.
1 a.m.
ready by 7
Good
a.m.
Lord,
Full
that
sleep.
man.
period.
Yeah,
Yeah.
respect to him.
Yeah.
I was hoping for like some like behind the scenes footage of him just like randomly singing that one song from Sweeney Todd.
I feel you, Joanna.
Oh,
That's what I
that'd be
remember
cool
him
as
from.
Vecna. Nah, yeah, that'd be awesome.
That's why I remember Jamie Campbell Bower from when I like, when I heard that it was going to be him, like he was going to be in Stranger Things. I was like, oh, that guy from Sweeney Todd singing about Joanna and her yellow hair.
Oh,
I was like, it's him. Also, I know he was in Twilight, but who cares?
He's in Twilight.
yeah,
Yes, he was in
Three. He's a vampire.
yeah. What do they call
Definitely
the leader people?
Yeah,
Caius. He was Caius, I think. I remember. And now he's Vecna.
And there's so many like British people on.
Oh yeah,
This whole cast.
Yes.
I was tripping
this
out to
whole
that
cast,
Billy
period.
is Australian.
Yep, he's Australian.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, what the
Dacre.
what the
Yeah.
fuck?
Yep. And then
Brilliant.
Joe
Yeah,
Joe Quinn is
Yeah.
English.
Yeah,
Oh, damn it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just-
And then Millie, and I'm just
Millie,
like
yeah.
just hearing them, all of them like speaking like their normal accent. I'm just like,
Well,
oh,
people are commenting on Millie Bobby Brown's accent, like British accent, like disappearing. And then she explained that like she was born in, her parents are English, but she was born in Spain technically. And then they lived in
Yes.
England. And then they moved to Orlando where she lived for a lot longer.
yeah.
So yeah, and it happens because I used to babysit these kids. Both parents are English. So growing up, spending more time with the parents initially, the kids had full on like English accents. And then they also went to the same daycare that I worked at. And then you could gradually hear the accent disappearing as they grew up and spent more time with American kids. And then I stopped working at the daycare. A couple of years later, I meet them at my day job, my current day job. Accents are gone. Like kids are full American.
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy.
I think the cool thing is that even though like you might lose that accent or something over time, you can always
come back.
You can get it back.
You can get it back.
Because it's not like you don't know how to speak like that. I'm pretty sure like
it's
with
an
you, like
assimilation
you have like your Filipino accent, but it's like it's not. It's
I
you
don't
can just
have an accent. What are you talking about?
you're just like psych. Just kidding. You're like, I.
I mean, I learned to. I don't know if I turned it off, but like I just barely had it even when I was living in the Philippines, just because I had cousins that were coming over from here a lot, and I hung out with them a lot. And I didn't have many friends, so I grew up with TV, American TV.
American TV.
American TV. I was a Nickelodeon kid.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely something to be said about it, like how other cultures influence how you speak. I remember there's a lot of I keep saying from the K dramas we watched. Like, yeah, and I just started saying it because I figured
like unironically too, like just organically. I've picked up like when they're like amazed by something, like when I watch these like reality shows, like Korean reality shows, like because I used to go ooh, now I'm like oh, like it's like a rounder yeah.
Like all these talented people, like aside from like Stranger Things, like I wanted to look at the other actors from Umbrella Academy.
Luther,
Yeah.
Klaus is fucking
Irish.
Yes.
Irish.
Luther.
Luther's English.
Luther's English.
Luther's English.
Yeah.
And it was a trip to like see, because I, like I've been binging Doctor Who, well, not from like the first Doctor, from like the ninth Doctor from 2005 and like to the most recent one. And like seeing the actor that plays Luther in one episode, he was like one bit character in Doctor Who, just seeing him not in Luther body, but also with a British accent, some guy named Jeff on a laptop. I'm just like, that's Luther. That's Moon Monkey Boy, man.
Moon Monkey Boy, man.
Like, the thing that really impresses me is like how well, especially with Klaus, is how well he plays with the American accent. Like it's not like there's certain nuances that fit well with his character.
Yeah.
Like the very aloof nature of it.
Yeah. I went to go hang out with Dad.
Yeah, like the way he speaks like that just felt so natural.
Yeah.
Yeah, the development of that character was amazing. Yeah.
Okay, hold on. We like didn't really talk about Stranger Things.
Okay.
We kind of did, and then we didn't. Okay. Season 4 recap.
Yeah.
What was who were your favorite characters and why?
Obviously.
I mean, obviously.
My stoner metalhead that plays D&D.
Yes.
Eddie,
that shredded fucking my favorite song on top of the trailer.
Definitely concerned
that scene
about.
Was made for me. I don't care about everybody else.
Hell yeah.
I am the main character of this story. That scene was made for me.
Definitely concerned about Jonathan because he was so disconnected.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like he's definitely had this season. They wrote his character way differently, but I did like at the end how they really still establish him as like Will's older brother, and how he despite everything else, like his relationship with Nancy, that is something to be explored definitely next season.
Yeah.
Like
because that frustrated the shit out of me.
Oh my God. Yeah. I was like, and I like how they kind of touched upon it, but I also really like how at the end of the day, like he is there for his family and he's really there. He's there for Will, and he sees his struggle that he's going through, and to just like have that stable like older brother, but like he's there for you and he loves you no matter what. And
Yeah.
Will's definitely gonna need that.
Oh, yeah.
Like and I think that like that is way more I really like that part of his character
Mhm.
too. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, before I don't know if you guys saw it, like Will, the actor Noah Schnapp,
Yeah, like confirm that Will is
he
gay.
confirmed that he would that he was gay.
I was like,
Yeah.
finally, that was obvious.
Yeah, for me, I was like, I was leading along with, aside from the obvious parts where he would look longingly or where he would reject advances.
Yeah.
I was just leaning on the thought of like, man, he just misses his friend, and his
Well, that too, yeah.
best friend is clearly not wanting to hang out with him.
Yeah.
And like just that hurts because
Yeah.
not wanting to, not feeling, like
Not feeling wanted by your
Wanted.
best friend.
yeah, and because obviously there's the whole dynamic of the
girlfriend.
of the girlfriend.
Yeah.
So that's why I thought like, oh, maybe just severely lonely because being in a new town,
Yeah.
being different, and like in that like not like different in terms of interests, but like obviously now during that time, way different.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it was that was my theory before Noah confirmed that he was gay. I was like, oh, okay, cool, makes sense.
Yeah.
There was a lot going on for Will that was going to have him ostracized anyway. He's now confirmed gay nerd with a bowl cut from the Midwest.
Yeah.
Living in California. Like this kid was not set up to win at all.
Oh, no.
Like he's like he out of all the whole friend group, like in the previous seasons was the one that's still like trying to get the gang together to play D&D.
Yeah.
And everyone's just like kind of moving on because like Lucas is getting a girlfriend and Mike and Elle are becoming a thing, and Dustin and Steve are now are hanging out. Dustin's hanging out with his new mom, essentially, and like and then Will's just like here, and like and like I think he's like, I just literally spent this amount of time in a place where it looks familiar, but it's not where I'm supposed to be, and I'm scared. And y'all just pulled me out of it, and I'm grateful for it. But holy shit, now I feel like I'm back there again.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that I don't know, kind of that fear of loneliness, the obvious fear of loneliness. I mean, I can relate to that.
The fear of staying that way,
or
which I can relate to.
Yeah, there's that. Like, or the fear of being left behind. Like, I feel like I felt that in 7th grade. Like all my 6th grade friends were like that I was super close with. Either went to another middle school or they went to summer school, established their foundations, and they already had friends by the time I started school.
Yeah.
And then when I was there, I had no one. And I like because then they already had their own friends. They had their own certain dynamics that they were all hanging out with. And I'm like, and for like that whole year, I just like that whole year I sat on a set of stairs by myself. So I had no friends. So like I can relate in that sense of like feeling like your friends left you behind.
Yeah.
And what do you call it? And I guess it makes sense why he's trying to fight to keep it the same.
The D&D party together, yeah.
Yeah. So I mean I didn't put up a fight, or because I just fucking stayed home and played video games all 7th grade. Or 7th grade summer. I just chilled it because I don't think I don't really show interest in like going to other people's houses. Yeah.
You had what you needed at your house.
Yeah, I was playing video
kind
games.
Of. Yeah.
I was playing Final Fantasy VIII.
Hell yeah. I mean, at around the same age, because like I like my school friends were my school friends. Like we never hung out outside of school. Like when I was around that age, I didn't start hanging out with them like outside of school, like after school until like literally my junior year. And so like during the summer, they're all like going to these places. They're all going to the mall, which is like really close to my house. But like not once have I gotten an invite. Not once have I been like, hey, we're at the mall literally near your house. Come join us.
Yeah.
Or whatever. And then I would do like my summer, like my dance workshops for the summer. And I couldn't wait to go because I also had my friends that I saw every summer there. But I know after the summer, it's just like, all right. And then like after the workshops are done, I have like a couple more weeks of nothing and no one. And then it's back to school and over. And so I'll have these like very lonely pockets of time where I don't hang out with these people from these certain groups. Because like I never hung out with those friends outside of those situations. It's just like, oh, workshop's over. I'm not hanging out with you anymore. Or they just don't want to hang out with me. And I'm just like, all right. I stay home study. I literally spent most of my summers doing my actual summer reading, doing my summer reading and doing my math homework very ahead of time. I don't like that. That was sad. Oh my God. I thought I was like doing good. I was like, I'm going to be ahead of everybody. I started like alienating more people because then I had my superiority complex. And I'm like, I did all the homework beforehand. I am smarter than you. My grades are better. And then now no one wants to hang out with me anymore because I made them feel dumb.
Oh yeah.
So I'm just like, what do I do? Because I also had no concept of social cues back then either. ADDA.
Yeah, I mean, I feel that I heard you say the whole like getting ahead and all that stuff,
Mhm.
and I definitely feel that a lot. Not as much as I used to, like that
Mhm.
pressure to feel like I need to get ahead.
Mhm.
Like I definitely felt it high school, college. Like I want to beat everyone.
It's lonely at the top.
Like graduate college early, get a good job, and all the things. And it was just like then it felt. Then I got it and felt almost like what's next.
Mm.
And then even
Feel empty.
yeah, and even now it's like I want to put in a lot of the extra hours to get us ahead.
Mhm.
But it's like, but what am I like as much as I get all these things done ahead of time,
What are you giving up?
like it's also like it's not like it's getting released today. It's not
Yeah.
like it's getting released, tomorrow. And it's not like this will immediately get us booked for the next thing. So that's where I've like tapered a lot of like the pressure to try to get a lot of things done
Mhm.
fast, with like, to be more okay to just hang out and spend time. Or if existential Mondays happen, then I get to be more supportive. If I have my own existential day, I just play video games or hang out with you guys. It's just watch and just enjoy food. And just like, God, that's like, this is the things of like, I get it now when older people say, dude, what's the rush?
Mm.
Like the only thing you're rushing to is like the end of the journey.
Yeah.
Or even end of life. Like what,
Mhm.
like once this thing is done, like you're only rushing faster to the end of whatever it is. So, because yeah. How do we get here?
We're back to existential.
We're
talking about Will.
Yeah,
Talking about-
Will,
Will,
and
yeah.
like the loneliness of being
And,
the
like,
outcast.
of being
Yeah.
him.
I
and,
will
like,
say, I think it's awesome that you guys remember so much of like your elementary and your high school years, because I honestly don't.
Oh,
Yeah. When you guys are talking, I'm like, wow, that's really crazy. You remember that in such detail.
I mean, for most of it, it was traumatizing for me, which is why I remember it. I remember I remember trauma very vividly.
yeah. Like,
And,
Oh.
yeah.
like definitely mine was dealing with a lot of the loneliness
Yeah.
and feeling like I was an outcast.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, that I was being made fun of. And that definitely, I feel like I had, I don't know, it's hard to say. I was never diagnosed with that because therapy, that wasn't exactly in my scope of knowledge back then.
Mhm.
But I feel like I might have had a lot of social anxiety, which made me so scared to talk to people.
Hmm.
I was quiet all the time. I didn't say anything. I would sit.
Put your head down, do the work.
Dad picks me up.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I was
Wow.
like very quiet
Mhm.
and with a raging temper.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
Yeah, there
Yeah.
was also the whole thing about being
Big-
bullied heavily.
oh yeah.
And mostly from like people that still think that it's a joke and that I should take it in stride. because there was one time I was in the 5th grade. It was a birthday party. So there's the school that I went to in the 5th grade. It was like a diverse, like there was a by diverse I mean everyone's Filipino, but it was economically diverse. It was a private school. It was a private Catholic school, but more there are some people that are from connected families, me myself included. But there was this one girl that literally like their family owned like a chain of hotels in the island, so they were like the Hiltons of that island essentially. So she had a birthday party at one of the hotels, obviously, and it was at the pool. It was the 5th grade. I was the second girl in our class to get their period. And so I was on my period for that. And obviously, I wasn't allowed to wear tampons. So I wore pads. And so I was just like, well, I can't swim. Like, I can't participate in the swimming. So I didn't even bring a bathing suit. And this one girl, like, tried to push me in the pool with all my clothes on. And I had a cell phone then. And I was like, it was a Nokia. Like, it would have survived falls. It wouldn't have survived a dip in the pool.
Yeah.
And so like this one girl who I heavily defended because she was the first one to get her period, and some boys went through her bag and found her pads. I like defended her and punched another boy for it. Also participated in it. And she was like, wonder why she wouldn't. So went through my bag and found my pads. So I was just like, the betrayal of it all. And they think it was a joke, that they think I should just take it in stride because I'm tough. Like I said a president because I was tough. I would literally fight everyone. I'm like, why do you think I fight everyone?
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't sit there and cry. I stand up and fight.
Yeah.
Like if I don't stand up and fight, I'll cry. But like I choose to fight. So, but like I didn't want to start a fight at someone's fucking pool party. So I went to the bathroom and cried for the rest of the party.
Oh my God.
I was just like, I don't like this school. And then my dad was actually working in Los Angeles at the time while we were in the Philippines. That was 5th grade. So that's when 9/11 happened. And then my dad's like, I'm going home.
Yeah.
So my dad came home and then we moved again. So I had changed schools again. So I was like, you know what? Thank God. I was like, yeah, I don't want to be here. Like, yeah. I was like, I had just no. You know, like I had friends from there that like my childhood friends, like my friend Soul went to that school.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just like, I don't want to be here anymore. Like I've known these people since we were in kindergarten. I don't want to be here anymore. I was like, goodbye. So I think I was able to get a fresh start at that new school without having to like, you know, try to assert such an aggressive image. So I'm not fucked with.
Yeah.
So I ended up like actually kind of liking to be there, even though it was an all-girls school, and I kind of resented my mom a little bit at the beginning because I'm like, I don't like girls. They're too girly. I'm not like other girls. But then I was just like, you know what? I like girls. No, that's why like I heavily like related to anyone in like any character in the show that was like obviously like the kids because they were nerds that played D&D. Elle, because she was quite literally not like other girls. Yeah. And then like Eddie and Chrissy for like, you know, like Chrissy trying to like keep this image of being like the cheerleader dating the fucking basketball team captain or whatever the fuck, like her neo-Nazi ass motherfucker, and
oh God,
who got cut in half. And Eddie just, you know, being the metalhead who plays D&D that consumes and sells drugs.
I have to say, what the hell was the guy, the quarterback, the jock's name?
Jason.
Yeah.
Jason.
As much as it was cool seeing him
die,
it was unsatisfying.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because it was it wasn't Lucas that did it.
Yeah, it wasn't Lucas. It wasn't Eddie.
It was just a byproduct of what was happening.
Vecna.
Yeah.
Hell opened up.
Vecna. Yeah.
You know, I mean,
it was so fast too. I was like, ooh, that's a
we had to go back.
Way to go.
Yeah.
Like Emma had to go back to it. I was like, oh shit, the guy just got cut in half.
Like, oh, it's happening. Yeah.
And so we actually had to go
burned
back.
in half.
Yeah, I didn't even notice it the first time. Yeah, we had to go back.
Yeah.
So I was really hoping there would be a moment where his ass would get handed by one of the main characters.
Yeah. Or at least like seeing this happening would like click and be like,
Oh,
not me,
shit,
man.
yeah.
Like he's like where you like obviously like his perspective is skewed because of everything that's happening. And then it's
Yeah.
like to finally see like, you really think I'm opening up a portal to hell? What do you think I am?
Yeah,
You know?
I'm just me.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm just a human. My
Yeah.
God. And just to see
Like, I made one winning shot at a basketball game.
yeah. And you're like, well, you really put your expectations up there very
Yeah.
high for me.
I'm
Like,
flattered.
I appreciate, yeah, I'm flattered,
I'm
but
flattered, but
unfortunately,
there's no way I
this
have
shit ain't
this
me,
much
man.
power.
Yeah,
Like, even if you think I'm like the devil's foot soldier, do you think I have this much power?
yeah. You're just like, you're really reaching.
Putting me on this pedestal here, and I don't appreciate it.
Yeah.
What if I disappoint you?
Right? What if I disappoint you?
This is a relationship now.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
You just like take her out of this trance. I really would like to, Jason.
I would love
Honestly,
to. I swear to
would
God, I
fucking
don't
love
want
to.
her to be in this.
Yeah, I really
But you
do.
just stepped on the fucking Walkman that could save
just
her life
like-
right now. Look what you did to Kate Bush.
Yeah.
I'm really curious as to how they're going to explain everything to the regular people.
True.
Like, had this small group, and they're trying to convince,
Mhm.
everyone, especially in mob mentality. Like, people are
Oh,
kind of
yeah.
Oh,
Mob
yeah.
mentality and the fact that, like, they already have someone to blame, but that someone to blame died.
yeah.
Their scapegoat is dead.
Yeah. And then I can imagine that they're going to blame them for this. Or like, how do you know this so much?
Yeah.
They're going to be questioning their own authority.
And then also the whole, like, you were in line with him and you're heavily defending him. What's going on?
Yeah. I feel like it's almost going to be like, one, they're going to have to deal with stupid people. And two, they're going to be dealing with people that are seeing them as the enemy or the cause for this.
Yeah.
And they're not just fighting Vecna, but they're fighting more.
The
regular
US
people.
Army.
The
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
well, oh man, I think what was it? I was watching the like Felicia Day's like her like
her.
Netflix
Yeah.
review and just like
Mhm.
her interviewing everyone and
Oh, I
talking
remember
about
that.
yeah, it's so cool and like how they're talking about having not just the supernatural like the mind flayer and then Vecna and like all of their
yeah.
demons.
Yeah.
It's also the
humans.
human villains like the mob like Jason and then like Sullivan and like
yeah.
the army
The
the army who
KGB.
The
the
KGB.
KGB. I'm just like Jesus Christ there's so many
What the fuck?
human real world villains and you're
Yeah.
just like well fuck and now we have to fight Vecna as well who's
Yeah.
a psychic and you're just like
I love how they like leveraged the like they kind of obviously exaggerated because it's a TV show, but like the whole satanic panic like about D&D like back in the 80s because it was a huge thing when they talked about I saw it in 60 minutes. That wasn't a line just like thrown in because this kid just wanted to be cool. They actually did a 60 minutes thing on D&D and how it's of the devil.
D&D, and it's become popular with children anywhere from grammar school on up. Not so with a lot of adults who think it's been connected to a number of suicides and murders.
I mean, they did the same thing. There was no 60 minutes about it, but there was a lot of like the exact same group of people, different generation about Harry Potter and Lord of the Rings. One time I pissed off a nun at my Catholic school.
yeah
By like literally sitting in front of the chapel reading The Lord of the Rings Two Towers. It's like, hi, sister.
Yeah, the whole like, God, there's so much I could say about.
And I used my rosary as a bookmark.
I'm just not a fan of it. Like how it just, you don't see all these other religions of like saying like, oh, this is trying to impose what they think about everything, but
Christianity.
just Christians.
Yeah.
Christians, like I've nothing wrong with the religion and the idea of it, but then it's the people who are overly dogmatic and overzealous about it,
yeah.
very black and white, that I have a problem with because it's like, cool, you have a problem with it, you deal with it your own way. Don't tell me what to fucking do with my life about it.
Yeah.
And then
Sounds familiar.
yeah,
Sounds like a discussion we had as a team.
I feel like that's like that in itself and has been built into the religion of Christianity, which is unfortunate because it's like you have all these like beliefs and you have the Bible, and it's like and then you have like missionaries and people who have traversed the world in the name of Christ and who have essentially taken out like that's how like civilization and colonization, it's like been built into the religion.
This is why we're here.
Yes, and that's it's crazy.
Like it's not like, especially if they push it in mainstream media, it's like, oh no, this thing is of the devil. It's like because it goes against Christian norms. It's not like but what about, Muslim norms? Or Buddhism, or like all this other thing is like it's
paganism.
Like
Paganism. Yeah.
there's no one putting it up on mainstream, and that whole shit.
Catholics get very pissed off when I start to make parallels of like paganism to Christian holidays, Easter, Christmas.
Oh yeah.
They're just like, no. I'm like, uh-huh.
You're like, you should really do your own.
You should actually
research and
do
history.
Your homework. Where the word Easter came from.
Yeah, and actually understand your religion. What?
Oh, I don't know. How do I know more about your religion than you do? It's because I can't exactly pinpoint a Bible quote. I know exactly where these words came from.
And this the overall like pushing one's interpretation as a truth.
As truth
about it for everyone.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm not saying everybody should play D&D, but everybody should try it out.
I think that'd be fun. Did you
we need a DM? I swear to God, I will not DM. I refuse to DM.
They did the the characters, or they did like the cast members.
Yeah.
And they did D&D. I was like,
and Joe Quinn's Ranger is Joe Keery. Literally just named it Joe Keery.
That's funny.
It's like, how would you describe your character's fur? Oh, luscious.
How many players do you need to play D&D?
I mean, 3 or more would be a good size for a party.
Okay, so there's 3 of us, Joey and Nancy. I'm pretty sure they're down.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
All right, there we go. Good start.
Yeah.
5. Perfect. We need a DM. I refuse to DM. I don't want the responsibility. I don't want. Yeah, no. It's a lot of work. DMing is a lot of work.
Experienced DM. All right.
I only DM people on Instagram.
Okay.
Actually, I thought it was really interesting that throughout the season, or like the seasons of Stranger Things, like the boys were like kind of straying away from D&D, and Will's the only one. And then they get into high school and they fucking join a D&D club, and I'm like,
I know. And Will's like all by himself in fucking California.
Oh yeah,
fucking missed his time.
Yeah, I just realized that Will would have thrived there.
Exactly.
And then Will and like especially Dustin's like, okay, we need to do this. We need like, let's do this for not for Eddie, but also like we're gonna be in charge of the Hellfire Club, like, when Eddie leaves. Like they even fucking got Erica. Oh my God, Erica Sinclair.
Yes, Erica.
Lady Applejack. And this is what I loved about Eddie, because there's like people had their perceptions of Eddie as this like, and then even with his interaction with Chrissy, that's like he's just this like stoner metalhead that like just despises society and just hates everyone, blah blah blah, and just likes his little band of D&D nerds. But like his interaction with like Chrissy, he's a lot softer with him. And then even with Erica, she's like, he was at first he was like very gatekeepy. He was like, this is a child. It's like, what are you, a level 1 elf? And she was like, no, I'm Lady Applejack. I'm a level 20. And he was like, all right, let's go.
Like, all right. I see you were the opponent. Please.
He beat Vecna in game.
Yeah.
What if Erica actually kills Vecna? If they actually parallel it to the actual D&D game
that would be wild.
That'd be wild. That'd be a cool, like character, like transformation.
Yeah.
That'd be fucking tight.
Yeah.
Oh, the little Sinclair sibling moment.
That was
when they were getting ready for battle.
Oh yeah. One thing that I want to see a follow up on is the bully from.
In California.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Man,
Angela.
It was so satisfying when seeing Elle. Well, first she was like, I want you to apologize to me. I was like, that's very tame.
Actually,
Like,
yeah.
you were so well spoken. Wow. Because she's like, violence is not the answer.
Yeah.
This bitch. And then she
She's like,
fucking
all right, I
Dexter
tried nonviolence.
hate. I'm like, oh my God. Yeah. I was like, not like, especially like a kid, a high school kid. I'm like, I'm pretty sure you're not thinking like in your right mindset and you're like super angry or just like, what the fuck? And you've just been humiliated and you're just like, you're in the right mind to be like, that was not really nice. And I demand an apology.
Yeah.
And then I'm like,
She tried the nonviolent
that's like the
route.
most
It didn't
unrealistic
work.
thing I've ever seen a teenager do.
It's like she tried. She
Yeah.
tried to do the nonviolent thing.
And then she went for the skate. I was
And
like,
she was like, well, let's go.
Yeah. Play stupid game.
I remember when she did that, me and Emery were like, yes.
yeah.
Get her, bitch
Yeah.
ass.
It was very satisfying, man.
Yeah.
I
It's
think
like,
Mike's reaction made it
mean.
worse for her.
Yeah.
Mike's reaction was, what did you do? What did you do? It's just like,
Yeah.
dude, you just saw her getting bullied.
Yeah.
and,
Very horribly
Yeah.
and humiliated.
and I was honestly frustrated with his approach. Like,
He
went to the
did
DJ.
nothing.
he went to the DJ, tried to
Yeah.
stop the music, and that's all he did. Instead
Yeah.
of going to the middle.
And he watched the whole thing happen.
yeah.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Elle would go to war for him. I mean, she
But
has powers, sure, but like,
I
he
think
still would without it.
Maybe trying to put it into his perspective. He doesn't know
That's
that they're
true.
bullying.
Oh,
He
that's
doesn't know
true.
that she's even being bullied at all.
Yeah.
So he
Well,
was just
yeah.
like, oh, they might be doing
A bit.
something for her.
It's a
Yeah.
California thing.
So
Yeah.
he might have been. He just didn't know.
Yeah.
Until he didn't know until after the fact.
Yeah. Until she's on the floor and he's just like, oh, and then
Covered
he's
in chocolate shake.
Yeah.
get to her and it's like, oh. Actually, no, like
But no, Will was already be like, no,
he
no, no,
went
no,
to
no. This
the
isn't a friend
DJ
thing.
while that was happening and he was like, cut the music.
Yeah.
And so that's that in that moment, that's what he
And
was
also
trying.
Will told him too that like, she's been lying to you.
Oh yeah,
She
you're
doesn't
right.
have
Yeah.
friends.
Yeah.
Like, everything she's telling you, she doesn't have friends. She doesn't go to parties. Like those people are not her friends.
Yeah.
And then he like stood up, went to the DJ
Oh yeah, you're right.
and
Okay. So
watched.
instead of going to the DJ, he could have just
Yeah.
stopped.
Or he
them.
could have gone to the DJ, asked him to stop. And obviously he's in on it and he'd be like, okay, well, you're useless. I have to handle this myself now.
Yeah,
Also, we're putting a lot of like expectations on a fucking teenage boy.
that's fair.
I think he in the moment, like
Yeah.
he did the right thing.
What he
It's-
thought, yeah.
Yeah, and also like you're new there, you're on fucking roller skates and you're just like, yeah, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And this is that one, or this is the time where you're being like asked to like step up. And
Mhm.
I think he does.
Yeah.
And then it's also like, and at the end, like when like the entire situation doesn't help their relationship at all, or
Mhm.
like it forces them to go through like a transformation
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
like talk to each other and like really talk about things that have been like underneath the surface for them and like in their interactions. And I was
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
oh, ooh,
Ooh.
Yeah.
yeah.
Breakdowns lead to the breakthroughs.
Yeah. Also Argyle.
Oh,
Not
Argyle.
Not Argyle immediately falling in love with the goth sibling at Sam's house.
I hope they build on that too, like the return,
Oh,
return
yeah.
of Susie and the return of
Yeah.
Turn around.
Look at what you see.
yeah. I mean,
Okay.
there's a lot of like things that they kind of like. For example, 8.
Oh, yeah, they
that
never.
Yeah.
subplot.
Well, the thing is, this 8th subplot never got resolved in season 3, and then season 4 just happened, and we all forgot that 8 was a thing.
Yeah, and I feel like, are we gonna get another?
You didn't even see 8 in the flashbacks.
That's what I was thinking about too. I was thinking about 8 and I
Where
was
the
like,
fuck is
I
8?
don't, I'm like, where's this other child that had an entire subplot and now they don't even exist?
Yeah,
Yeah, I wonder. Yeah, I wonder if they're gonna pay that off in season 5.
yeah.
If there's gonna be like it's a 2-parter.
Yeah.
Because
I mean,
that's
they
a
said they
whole-
were going to streamline this a lot more because, like, this one was like this season was like a lot of like long episodes. I think they're going to try to
Very
streamline
different
it and be like just not a typical format. A typical format of like a easily consumable like amount of time per episode.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, the last episode was a
Yeah.
movie.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I can binge that whole series in a day, like that whole season in a day, but that's just me.
There's just moments that I really wish I could have seen it in the theaters. It's like when
In the Upside Down.
in the upside down in the prom or like the dance, and then 11
Yes.
comes.
The
she-
mind fight.
Yeah, and then when what Vecna's lifted and it reveals that 11 is there,
Uh-huh.
I could already hear like the audience
theater.
going wild.
Oh yeah.
Just seeing the 11.
It's like Captain America wielding Mjolnir level.
Yeah. Oh man, I got chills. Ooh.
that was,
Ah.
then her
And then
line
everyone's
of-
like, I knew it.
Yeah.
like, and then her line of like, I piggybacked.
Yeah. And then Max is just like,
Okay. Sure.
oh, and oh my God. I was thinking like rewatching that. I'm like, Max is the only one who knows that
Mhm.
Elle was there in the fight.
Yeah.
Because she was in her mind.
That's
Yeah.
right.
yeah. But
none
Max
of the other
can't
ones
say
Stephen Hawkins
anything.
knew.
Yeah. Max can't say anything. I'm pretty sure it looks like Elle didn't say anything either. Well, like
Yeah.
at that
Or
point.
maybe said it off cam and filled them in or whatever, but
Or
she
they
didn't say
might
anything on script.
maybe they'll touch on that in the next one
Yes.
where they'll like talk because I think or like I know Jonathan and Nancy, he's like, I know. We gotta talk.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Like, I also want more.
Jonathan and Nancy need closure. This is why I wanted Steve to die. Not because I wanted Jonathan and Steve together, but like this would have forced them to talk. Because then Nancy would have been super broken up about it. And then Jonathan would be like also broken up about it and understand. But like at the same time, you're a little too broken up about this. What happened down there?
Mm-hmm.
I'm writing the show.
I we'll see. I mean, that's definitely.
This is why I wanted Steve to die. So Eddie didn't have to.
Oh.
Because they were getting like the original plan was to kill Steve and let Eddie like take his place or whatever.
Oh,
as,
really?
As
Wow.
Dustin's new mom.
Wow.
And
That's
like,
wild.
yeah, and like kind of take that on and like, you know, because he did the hero thing and now he's the hero, but also Steve's gonna die here. So it's that whole like passing of the torch thing or whatever. But they kind of, in a sense, pussied out and be like, okay, let's keep Steve alive because he's been a favorite since season 1 and Eddie's new. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
I feel like that would have been wild if Steve died.
Exactly. The impact, imagine.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that would have been a really heavy impact.
It's like the different memes that would show up instead of him being mom of the year.
Yeah.
You know.
Mom,
Yeah.
still mom of the year. R.I.P.
Yeah.
Mom of the year.
But yeah.
I feel like killing him though, I feel like it would cut his character arc like
That's true.
yeah, like really short, which like he's had a great character arc from the beginning.
Yeah.
And but like just the way that it was how season 4 went and like the development of it,
Yeah.
like it would have I feel like not that he didn't go through a lot of character development, but that wasn't the focus of season 4.
Yeah.
So killing him off wouldn't make sense.
Yeah.
And if anything, if they were gonna kill him off, it wouldn't be just being like bitten to death by a bunch of like demo bats.
Oh yeah.
With just him and like the adult kids, like with like
Yeah.
Robin and them. It would have to be him defending the kids.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
that will complete his like, you know,
Yeah, that's
arc
a
from
very-
ew,
Yeah.
get these kids away from me to don't fucking touch my kids ever again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would cry if I.
I'm thinking about it and I'm crying.
Yeah, like,
Right?
this idea of,
Right?
Like a fight, and then all the kids are just like defenseless.
Uh-huh.
And they're like he's the last barrier between like Vecna
Yeah.
and then like the kids and then
Yeah.
Elle.
Yeah.
And that's like one like final sacrifice.
Yeah.
Oh.
That would have
I
been
made myself
Steve-
sad.
Steve
I feel like-
Harrington's last act is defending the kids.
Yeah.
He became like essentially the parent he wanted to be, like how he described himself to be to Nancy in the RV.
Yeah.
And then while he's dying, flashback to that.
Yeah.
damn,
I have the
Yeah.
storyboard in my brain.
for
Beautiful.
sure, some of the main characters are gonna die season 5.
Oh,
I have a
yeah.
feeling maybe Max
I mean,
to sacrifice herself since she's in the inside of like Vecna's
Mhm.
mind.
Mm-hmm.
and then yeah, like if she kills Vecna in turn because she doesn't have psychic powers like Elle, she doesn't have anywhere to go.
Yeah. I almost feel like maybe Elle too.
That would be, I mean, killing
Because
off the
She's the one with powers. It almost
Yeah.
Makes sense.
kill
Start
off
with
the
her,
OP one.
her
Yeah.
kind of thing.
Yeah. I open up the close.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then maybe one other person. And I feel like Steve would be like
Steve, yeah.
would be the perfect one to like
Yeah.
because
Getting sad just thinking
I
about it.
know.
I don't want Hopper to go, but I feel like
oh
It
Hopper
could be
too.
Hopper.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it could be.
I'm going to
It
fucking
could be Hopper, and it would like maybe like at some point, like, you know, everybody's like ready to fight, but like at some point Elle gets discouraged because like he's too powerful, I can't do it, blah blah blah.
Mhm.
And then Hopper dies, just like, fuck it, I'm doing it.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Wow.
You know, the Disney formula.
Yeah.
Parental death.
Parent.
Oh God.
Yeah.
And now your transformation is complete.
Exactly.
You're a
The
Disney,
Disney
princess.
formula.
Oh, God.
Imagine.
The main character anime formula.
Yes, that too. Oh God.
Oh yeah, the memes for that.
Like,
Your baby's born with red hair.
Yeah.
You know what this means.
you know what this means.
Oh my god.
Main character syndrome.
Main character syndrome.
Damn, man.
Mm.
I'm
Yeah.
just- yeah.
Oh man,
Just-
I got sad. Steve Harrington. I got sad.
Steve is amazing, dude.
Yeah.
He's one of those guys that I was strongly dislike, and then
Yeah, he did such a good job of being unlikable as like, you know, old Steve, like the jock, you know, whatever. And then all of a sudden he's just like, I am a mom now.
Yeah.
yeah. And I like how he said that he
Always
pointed
the
out,
babysitter.
I got to practice. Like
Yeah.
it's not like I haven't had any practice. Like,
Yeah.
look
And then he's looking at
to
the
all the kids.
yeah,
I'm like,
especially hanging around Dustin, who's like the biggest man child of all of them.
Yeah.
and then one part I kind of didn't like for I think the first part of in volume 1 of season 4, like is he felt like the punchline half the time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, and it's like, where did you get those flashlights? And Dustin's just talking down at him. It's like,
Yeah.
are you a child? Or like, do you
Yeah,
have to be
like,
told
Do
everything?
you have to be told
Yeah.
everything? You're not a child.
Or like he's like a
Yeah.
clock maker. And I'm like, oh.
oh.
Yeah, like I'm like, come
And he was
on.
the one suggesting to call the
Yeah.
cops and the or thing while they were looking for Eddie.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
like, why did they make him so dumb? Like,
yeah,
I get it. He's, you know, he's not a nerd in a sense, but like he's still an adult that has a brain.
When he grabs the lamp and then like Lucas comes in and then they're just like and then he's like mad at him and he's like, what are you doing, Sinclair?
I could hurt you really.
Yeah, I could hurt you. And then Lucas is like,
I'm sorry.
Oh, apparently, I read an article about like some of the lines that in this season that were improvised. So like Eddie saying to Dustin, "I love you, man," when he was dying was improvised. Lucas saying, "Erica, help." Like when, you know, he was finally able to get a hold of Max, with her bones broken.
yeah,
And like saying like, you know, help, like Erica, help. Like that was just like, that was improvising. That was raw.
I get chills.
I
Yeah.
was just like,
I think that was also
asking your little sister for help, dude. That's a moment.
Yeah.
Seeing them work on a dynamic, like
Mhm.
putting together the
The spears,
spears, it was like, oh, like they're together,
their sibling
kind of
bonding.
bonding.
yeah.
That was,
And then she showed her softer side, being like, you know, I'm always at your games because you're my dumb
Yeah.
brother.
Yeah, where she's like, she's still, as much as like she's
mean about it.
yeah, she's still always there. Or like even when
She
like
still
Jason
covers
came
for him.
over, yeah, like she still covers for him. And like even though she definitely has her Erica attitude about it, she's
Yeah.
still there. And
Yeah, she hasn't said anything about where he was.
yeah, like she's a really good sister,
Yeah.
and like he still depends on her, even though they have their bickering moments.
Yeah. Because they're siblings.
Yeah.
the performances of that last episode.
Oh my
God,
Oh my
damn,
god.
dude, just Lucas just crying in pain, and Max throughout the whole season.
Oh my god.
Ugh.
Oh my god, and Eddie and Dustin, just like pulling those
My little nerdy
emotions
voice.
for those performances.
Yeah.
Wow, just so goddamn good.
My little
After-
nerdy voice.
After Eddie plays like Master of Puppets, like it's like I like how they like built up their relationship, and then like after he does like the fucking most metal thing ever, like they go and they like they fanboy about it, and I was
Yeah.
like, that's cool.
Yeah.
They
Like,
they still like got to have their moment, even though like
Yeah.
there's a literal life or death situation happening.
yeah, and they're just like that was
Most metal ever.
and they're
I,
both screaming.
I loved seeing Eddie's face in that because
Yeah.
you could see like,
The
holy
genuine
shit.
excitement.
Yeah.
It's like I
Just-
did that.
yeah,
Yeah,
Is this what Steve
invigorated.
Harrington feels?
Yeah.
yeah. Fuck, dude.
Like so Joseph Quinn's like normal speaking voice is a little deep and he's English. And then when he does like the Eddie thing, like this just like serious, like neutral Eddie, like you can still hear that same like tone of voice, but like his screaming voice is my favorite. This is music.
That was funny.
Actually,
I
okay.
love that.
So that album he was holding,
Yeah.
the little zombie mascot on the front of that cassette, guess
Yeah.
what its name is? Eddie.
Oh,
So I was just like, wait, what album is that?
they really. Oh wow, it's perfect.
Yeah.
Details, man.
I was
Details.
like, that is Eddie. Both of them Eddie.
That's really. Oh my god, that's fun. I think it's funny how they were able to take such a serious moment and still make it funny. And you're just like,
They were like,
That's right.
like,
yeah. You're like, oh fuck, this is like life or death, man.
Yeah.
Like, what if? And you're just like, oh, I'm stressed out, and then there's just like, we need music, and then like he's just like
Madonna,
offended.
Bowie, and
Yeah.
anyone.
I'm just like, what a
What is
line.
this shit?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's those nuances that I really love,
Mhm.
like in his performance of the
Yeah.
in his voice and just
Yeah.
using the American accent.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
That's what I really loved. Like, that's right. Like, even going back to Umbrella Academy's Klaus.
Oh, yeah.
The real mastery of how they can
Yes.
the tone in their voice.
Yeah. And still keep
God.
it in that accent.
Yeah,
Mhm.
without breaking.
God. Yeah.
Not break the character. That's
Ugh.
incredible. I'm
think-
invigorated.
Well, here's the thing though. I think they should have done a little bit more building with Dustin and Eddie's relationship. Like it's implied that like Dustin worships
Yeah.
the ground Eddie walks on, but like also has this like super close relationship with Steve as mother and son.
Yeah.
But like with them, they think they're just brothers, kind of like bordering on like his kind of dad, but not really. So like I don't know, they should have done a little bit more building on
Yeah.
their relationship. Cause I mean that scene was already heart-wrenching because I love Eddie, but
Yeah.
like that impact with the two of them would have been
Oh, yeah.
a lot more. Cause like if it was Steve dying and Dustin was there,
Oh my god.
please, I would have stopped the show to cry and then go
Yeah.
back in.
Oh my god. Yeah, that would have been. I do like how the conversation between like Steve and Eddie in the forest and how he's talking. He's like, "Yeah, kid worships you, man." And then
Yeah.
Steve's like, "Wait, really? We're like he knows that they have this relationship." And
Yeah.
then Eddie's like, he's like, surprisingly, I got like a little bit jealous. And I'm
Oh,
like,
yeah.
"Aw,
Steve Harrington's actually
Yeah.
a good guy.
good fucking person." Like,
Yeah.
who would have thought
Who
that?
would have thought?
this
And then it was
guy
just
who's-
like, I was like, I wouldn't have dove in if Nancy didn't.
Yeah, yeah. I like, oh,
Like he was the last one to dive in. He was planning on just staying on the fucking boat. Nancy
Yeah.
dove in and Robin's like, fuck, I need to go after her now. That's
yeah,
bestie right there.
yeah, yeah.
And
That
I was
was-
just like, shit, I can't be the only one here.
Yeah, because then he's like, fuck, I'm just like, now I'm just open.
A coward. Too.
Yeah.
It's like,
I'm a coward. And also, what if they catch me?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So like he's better off with people
Yes. In the upside down.
in the upside down.
Ironically.
Yeah. But he's better off with people that have experience.
Yeah,
Damn.
this is true.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, yeah. And then his old heart, and then the whole like, trust me, we're no heroes. And then all of a sudden,
Yeah.
fucking cuts the blanket so fucking Dustin can stay in the
Oh my
regular
God.
world. And I'm like, no.
Yeah.
Edward-
Oh my God.
Like,
I'm stressed out right now.
Edward saw my reaction and he was like, I should have been recording this.
This show, I almost feel like once it comes out, we film our reactions of this show.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Great idea.
Just because so much happened. The one that really fucked me up was seeing Max still get fucked up by Vecna.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
like-
As soon as like
I was like, what? I thought we were gonna say, oh my god.
Yeah.
no, oh yeah, we all came with the
About to die.
expectation to like, that like either Lucas was going to be able to like get her out even without the Kate Bush tape, or
Yeah.
or
That
Max would be
he couldn't.
could successfully like
Yeah.
do it like from the inside of her brain. And,
Yeah.
like, it didn't happen, and like that shattered everyone's expectation and her bones.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
She's
man.
blind, every bone is broken. I'm like,
Very, very, very gruesome. Oh my! And or even when Elle, because you're just like, oh, thank God, Elle's here.
Elle's
Fuck.
here. Yay,
Oh yes.
hero.
Oh, we're okay. And then we weren't okay, and we're like,
We weren't
no.
okay.
Max is about to die.
Oh, no, she's gonna
Get-
so like Emery and I finished the season like already, and then my friends started watching it, like, and my friends all started watching it together, and so my friends were like kind of like texting me the whole time, like things were happening. They were like, oh shit, you're floating, wait, no, they saved you, okay. And then they were like, oh shit, your bones are broken. I'm like, yeah.
oh, oh God.
I'm like, also they didn't save me, Kate Bush saved me.
That's true. That's
Kate
true.
Bush and her royalties. Get
Yes.
that money, Kate Bush.
Yes.
Get that paper, Kate Bush, because she owns all her music.
That'd be cool if they actually had her at the premiere. Man, that'd be wild.
Yeah.
That'd be
And actually
fucking tight. Yes.
If only could.
That'd be fucking tight.
There's so many like like elderly Gen Xers that are like, I hated that song when it was out in the 80s. I'm like, okay, cool, but we like it now.
Yeah, it is one of those songs that that definitely like blew up. Like I remember, I think one example is Closing Time. I remember hearing that song back in '98,
Yes.
and it was on TRL, and I was,
Yep.
this is a great track. I would watch it, see it in
I
music,
love that song.
and that's banging. It's way more banging now, in my opinion. Yeah.
Mr. Brightside by The Killers has been on the Billboard charts, like in the top 10 or top 5 in the UK forever.
Wow.
Fucking Brits
Yeah.
love Mr. Brightside.
It's a great song.
Yeah, it's a great song, but like the Brits are just like take you to a different level. Because I had a coworker who's English,
Yeah.
and we met up at a bar because like one of our other coworkers was in a cover band, and they
Yeah.
covered Mr. Brightside, and she was like, "Oh my god!" I was like,
In that accent.
she said as she was holding a gin and tonic. I'm like, bro, you hella British right now. This is amazing. Do you want to go get tea?
Oh.
Would you like some tea?
And
How much more British do you want to be right
Brightside,
now?
isn't it?
Mr. Brightside, in it. Bit strange, in it. If Stranger Things was English, was British.
I mean,
Strange.
their cast is
Yeah.
so
Yeah,
almost like
yeah.
more than half of their cast
Bit
is.
strange, in it.
That'd be funny if they did Stranger Things, but instead of them being all American,
and
they just
But like also like the low budget BBC show like production quality, because I remember when like Doctor Who like rebooted back in 2005, it was very low budget. The like quality was just like laughable for a show in 2005. It looked like it was shot in like 2002 or like 1999.
I'm the doctor, by the way. What's your name?
Rose.
Nice to meet you, Rose. Run for your life.
And I was just like, it should be that. It should be this low budget sci-fi thing that was like Doctor Who from 2002, 2005.
that'd be funny. Like season 5 is just very just low budget.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be fucking hilarious. Like
the fucking
wigs
demo
are
dogs
bad. Like the
Shake and goes.
Mhm,
I mean,
mhm.
okay, Elle's wig, like, when she first put it on, it looked like a shake and go. And then all of a sudden it looked like a fucking lace front. In like season 1, I'm like, where'd you get a budget for a lace front?
Mhm.
Because it stayed on when the wind was blowing. Because if that was a regular shake and go, it would have gone by now.
Yeah.
I've worn
Yeah,
my fair share of
the-
shake and goes.
The makeup team and like their their entire team was because like her hair isn't like she's wearing a wig,
Yeah.
and I'm like, yo, your hair is like flat to your head, darling.
Yeah,
like
it
I
is
don't.
laid. How?
Yeah, I'm like, yo,
And
you
you
don't
are-
have any hair,
And you're
This is
supposed to
your
be
hair.
a child just putting on a wig like it's a hat.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Yeah, they definitely had budget for this season, dude. Like the
Oh,
amount
definitely
of,
this season they
amount of
did.
VFX shots for all the for everything was
Fucking Vecna.
wow.
God.
Vecna,
Oh,
The
well, yeah.
full-
upside down.
Yeah.
Upside down. Like, oh yeah, because before like the shots of the upside down were just like little snippets and like little chunks of it that they
Oh, like season one, they were
it's hawk-
essentially
yeah.
black room.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
Black Room. And for
Fire.
this one is a full-fledged, like I mean, given most of it was probably CG, but like
Yeah, so
there
like,
was they still had set pieces with like, you know, the vine things and like,
Oh,
the
yeah.
trailer,
I
they
do
had
I
to-
do like that because it does because then you can play with it in terms of shot composition.
Yeah.
That was
And then
way-
it really emphasizes like that hive mind that like
Mhm.
it's everywhere.
Yeah.
Don't touch it. It'll
Don't touch it.
know.
I want us,
Gross.
like I want us to like raise money so we can do a 18s upside down.
In the upside down. Yes.
That'd be really funny.
we just
but I
do
also would appreciate it if it was low budget too.
Yes.
just
I
like
mean,
a
we still
really
need to
bad
raise, we
upside
still need to
down.
raise
Yeah.
money for like some of the production
Like a
stuff, like just to
student
pay
film.
videographers and stuff, and like studio time for rehearsals and like with the venue. But definitely like effects and like the editing, low budget.
Like when we have like the really shitty Demogorgon.
Oh yeah.
It's
Yeah.
literally just me in a Demogorgon outfit going like this,
Oh my god.
or
like,
doing the
Demogorgon-
choreo.
Oh, this is what I'm thinking. You know how they have those like flower masks where you
Yes.
your face,
Oh yeah,
and
you could just paint
and
it.
then you have that like that's your Demogorgon mask, and then
Yeah.
this is like kind of floppy.
Flap
Yeah, like open.
You just paint it like red on the inside. And
Oh
so,
man, that would be funny. Yeah, or like Vecna, and he has like all like the limbs, and it's just kind of
Yeah.
floppy.
yeah.
Yeah, that's like wings, but it's also just like
And then like
I mean,
you know
I'm
you'll have like
anticipating-
you'll have someone like you have like a max like levitating, but like you can see like you're not even using like
You see
fishing
the
line.
wires?
You're using like some very visible shit, man.
or like you just film like you know how in Wicked if they don't get strapped in, how
Yeah.
everyone has to just act like they're
just
down.
like they're still
Yeah.
down. Yeah.
And so you're just like from this very low angle.
You're just
That'd
like,
be really funny.
I'm anticipating that there's going to be like Stranger Things costumes for Halloween. So
oh,
I'm
obviously, yeah.
in preparation for the shoot.
Oh my god.
like all we need is like a classroom and colorful outfits for the like maybe just to imply the whole scene.
Maybe a
Oh,
gym, a school gym.
Maybe school. Oh, that's a little trickier to book.
That's true. You can call your coach.
Yeah.
Well, I don't. That comes with asking a favor, but
That's
but
true.
it's not so much of a. What's the cost of getting a favor?
That's
Oh
true.
yeah.
Yeah,
That's true.
it might
Like
be bigger.
what? Like I can do this for
Sometimes-
you. What can you do for
Sometimes
me?
there's money is just a better return
Yeah.
of the.
That's true.
I'd rather
It's
just pay.
done. You're
Yeah.
like, you've been paid, it's
Or,
done.
you know, actually, you can check out at a YMCA. Maybe they'll rent out their gym
Oh,
because
yeah.
we rented out our pool for
Oh.
a film production.
But then but the thing is there logos all over the place.
Hmm.
Yeah, the Y branding is definitely
Yeah,
right on the
So
center.
no
for it.
branding at all. It has to say a high school name or some shit like
Yeah.
that.
Mhm.
Damn.
Classrooms are easier because
Yeah.
they don't have branding all over it.
Yeah, it's just
We can,
Yeah.
So yeah, and then for the upside down, maybe some green screen, some blue screen, but it has to be really shitty blue screen.
Yeah.
Like you can tell that there's like still fuzziness around. and-
like when you key it out, like you
You
can still
still-
see.
yeah, when you key
can
it
still
out,
see a hint of blue.
yeah,
That's funny.
this has to be real.
I have seen my fair share of really like intentional shitty keyframing, and I'm like, I love this. I'm like, no chroma keying, not keyframing, but yeah.
I think it would be a fantastic idea.
Or a really shitty job
Agreed.
of rotoscoping it.
It'd be a great, just piece to promote in terms of season 5.
Yeah.
Oh
Upside
yeah.
down.
Yeah.
That's
Dancing up the sea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I already know who I would want for 11, which is Jamie.
Yes.
I thought she looked like 11.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Not this version of like how she looks now with her hair,
Mhm.
but when she was when I first met her back in 2018.
Oh shit.
Yeah, she looked exactly like 11
Really
when she was growing out her hair.
Oh,
Yeah, the
okay.
young curly hair 11.
Yeah.
Mm.
So, and then I don't care about anyone else.
Jamie is 11. That's it.
Anyone like the roles for everyone else is up for
Mhm.
grabs.
Okay.
You can be Eddie.
Yes.
We
You can get a gender bent Eddie.
everything.
And
We're gonna everything.
I just want like a really
That
bad
wig is
wig.
glorious, though. Eddie's wig is glorious.
Yeah. Then
No, I want to be Vecna, and
I want to be Steve Harrington.
I'll make all of the all of the little spider arms.
Wait, okay, wait.
yeah, I mean, you
remember-
have a whacking solo as Vecna.
Yes.
Oh,
Wait, I remember you were telling me you made a boa made out of hot dogs.
Oh my
You should
god!
make the little tubies. You should make the little like the viney thingies out of hot dogs.
What?
I did do that. Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, I didn't tell you about that.
No.
Oh,
Yeah. So
We talked about it on the stream
Yeah. Yeah.
forever
watch-
ago.
You gotta
Watch the
rewatch it
stream.
now.
Yeah. You gotta rewatch the stream. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was really funny. Wow. I bought a lot of hot dogs. Wow.
Yeah.
I think I don't eat me right now.
We can make the Vecna hand practically too, because
What if we made it actually
With hot dogs?
hot? Yeah. Everything everywhere.
and you're doing whacking. It's all
Oh
like
my god.
flopping all over the place.
That'd be. Oh my god. that's-
Actually, oh my god, yes.
That'd be like the whole we have a Soul Train section of just
And you just you're
characters.
just whacking with hot dog fingers.
It's funny. Oh my god. Yeah. One hot dog hand.
Just one hot dog hand.
Yes. Oh man, that's really funny. Oh my god, I love it.
It's gonna happen.
I love it.
We joked about Doctor Strange for like a year.
Yeah.
Oh my god, yeah.
This has gotta happen.
Can I be
Uh,
Steve and just wear like a very hairy, like I wear a wig on my chest?
Yeah. like a chest plate, but it's actually just like a and then it's just like has hair on it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah, because they have a chest plate that's a man chest.
Yeah.
What?
Oh
Really?
yeah.
Yeah, they have chest plates. They have like, because you know how Noelia was wearing the boobies.
Yeah.
They have
Yeah.
man chests too. They make them for man chests. And
Yes.
I'll just stick like a really shitty like short black wig on it and go.
It's
Oh my God.
all like
Perfect.
A huge like tuft of hair.
That's funny.
It's like a really shitty Liza Minnelli wig. Just go,
Oh no. Yes, I support it. I support it.
and then just like and I'll just borrow your denim vest.
Another, what do you call it? Demo reel piece.
Oh my god. Like I get to be Steve Harrington.
Yes.
Wait, can you be Chrissy?
Yeah.
Me?
Yes.
And yeah,
You in the
it's
cheerleader
there.
outfit?
Yeah.
Oh my god. and just start popping while as my body like
Oh my god.
Oh my, actually, wait. No, that works.
popping.
Oh my god.
And then we cut to Chrissy, wake up.
Oh my god. I keep hearing that song and I'm just sad. I'm like, oh.
I was playing when I was playing Stray, and there's cute little feature where you get to like there's some parts of like the map where it's just like something cushy like a pillow or a couch, and then it prompts you to like hit, a button, and then all it does is the cat just takes a nap.
Oh yeah.
And then I'm just like, and then I like woke up the cat. And I was like, oh wait, okay, fine. I've entertained this long enough. We need to get back to the story. I was like, Kitty, wake up.
I
And then-
don't like this.
And then I was getting chased by those little head crab thingies. I don't like this.
Oh no. Oh no.
I was like, the Gregory brothers and Shimoyo, man. Genius. Don't wake up, don't wake up, don't wake up right now, Chrissy. I don't like this, Chrissy, wake up.
Man, that was sad. Mm.
Yes,
I
you was Chrissy.
I was really hoping that she wouldn't die right there.
I
And then
know.
I was like,
Yeah.
oh, that's well.
Yeah, they
And the Duffer brothers were like, fuck. We killed her,
God
Chrissy.
damn it.
I thought she was gonna be one of the more main characters because she was going through a lot.
Yeah.
They're gonna
They're-
help her.
But essentially, she was the tutorial into
Yeah.
like, here's what's going to happen to Max eventually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was like, she was like, this is going to happen to someone else in the story, but she's the first throwaway. And I hate that she was the first throwaway, not fucking Fredward.
Yeah, I mean, but they did such a great job, like making her pain, in a sense, relatable to so many people and
Yeah.
so horrifying.
Oh my
Yeah.
God,
Yeah. Very horrifying.
Because like the second, like, the first like interaction, like not first, her first, I guess, vision, like in in the bathroom was just like you and I were talking. We're like, is she just throwing up? Is she seeing this? Does she have an eating disorder? What? And then it kind of explained itself, like when she was actually like in it, like when she was actually already floating, that it was an eating disorder,
Yeah.
and also other things from her family.
Yeah.
I'm just like, oh, so he preys on weak minds.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Damn.
Or he preys on their trauma.
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I was also very intrigued that they showed the antagonist in the first episode.
Yeah. They just showed their hand, like, yeah, this is the guy.
Yeah, because I feel like season one, or like a lot of it was just like hinted in the previous
Mhm.
seasons.
And a lot of it was just like assumptions from the kids who played D&D. I'm like, this sounds a lot like blah, 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 and blah. And I think
Yeah.
now, because they've been working on this pattern, they're just like, you know what? Fuck it. Let's just show it.
Yeah,
And let
here's
the kids
bad guy.
and let the kids make the D&D connection later.
Yeah, and it kind of like it shows more like the game of chess that they were playing throughout the season, instead of like who's who. It's like,
Yeah.
we're fighting this person, we got to outsmart them now.
Yeah. Oh man, like all of the hoops that everyone had to go
Mhm.
through, and like them going to the asylum.
Oh
Uh-huh.
yeah,
That was actually very interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like going to the trailer park, like trying to find a lead,
Mhm.
Yeah.
and then like having a very faint lead, and
Yeah.
then like going
And then
to the library.
essentially
Yeah.
having to go into the upside down to get more answers.
Yeah.
Like everyone's trying to get out of it, but they're like, no, we need to go in because the answers are in there.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
like, wow. Like they're just like, yeah, we're just gonna go in. And Eddie's like, what?
Yeah,
You
they've
want to
just-
go
they've
in
seen-
there?
Mhm.
They've seen so much shit that they,
Yeah.
you know what,
You know what? Let's just go in.
Well-
It's fine. They come to us, we'll come to them.
Yeah.
Is this the one? Like, this was up until this season. Was Elle the only one that had access to the upside down?
I think not so much access, but like because like she has the power to open the portal,
Yeah.
and like people can go in,
Yeah.
like
Anyone
So,
can go in. Doesn't
yeah,
mean they're coming out.
yeah, coming out, it's a different, very hard.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. Like, because people are that Russian base, they're just trying to explore it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I remember it now. Okay.
Yeah. Anyone can go in, but yeah, like not everyone's coming out, but also like I think Elle's the only one that can actually close up a portal.
Yeah.
If temporary, but she can do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or because she's closed portals.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if now that, because it was showed that Vecna, like or I think that was something, I don't know if it was touched upon like directly in the show, I don't remember, but I know like in reviews, like they talked about Vecna absorbed her power
Mhm.
when
Oh,
he
yeah.
was the mind flayer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he like took a chunk of her skin.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's how he gained that power
Yeah.
to open portals.
Mm-hmm.
Did you guys hear anything about, like, I don't know anything about it, but if as to why 4 people,
For
like
Or
why
portal, like
4 victims?
well, he needed to at least, I think, open 4 portals to be able to do the thing, to actually like fully open it up. I think.
it's like, because when you look at the cross,
Mhm.
the gateway that's opened,
Yeah.
it seems very like, I thought of 2 things. I thought like the antichrist,
Yes.
Okay.
like the cross,
Uh-huh.
and then I also thought of like a north, south, east, and
East,
That's what I
west.
yeah.
thought. Yeah.
Yeah, where you're like you have to like
Yeah.
4 is a
Strategically,
very,
it would just make sense.
yeah, it's 4 is, like I feel like 4 is a very like you know how 3, like a trinity, like it's a
Yeah.
common number, and like
Yeah.
I feel like 4 is also one of those like very common numbers, like
Yeah.
one,
Okay.
it's a square,
It's a
and then
square.
also like there's 4 like directions, like
Mhm.
the north, south, east, and west, and like
Yeah.
there's 4 seasons, like it's
Yeah.
another, and
Yeah.
it's
4
another
corners of
Yeah.
a square or a rectangle or
Yeah.
whatever.
where it's a very like it completes
Yeah.
like it's a completed,
It's a
like,
nice even number.
yes, yeah.
Okay, I hope they explore more into that,
Yeah.
or even like why Why kids?
Traumatized kids. Well,
Yeah, why traumatize kids and why not traumatize?
I mean, they have trauma, but at the same time, kids are a little bit more susceptible,
Weaker minded.
Yeah, like in a sense, they're young. I mean, obviously, there are kids that have stronger minds than some adults, but like it's a lot easier to prey on a child that's traumatized and also has no way of coping with it.
Yeah.
Mm.
And like, what's Max doing? Going to a counselor and taking Tylenol?
Yeah.
What's Chrissy doing? Trying to take Special K?
Yeah. I mean, because I'm just wondering, like, what about, the adults that are like kind of fucked up?
Mhm.
What I.
Adults are fucked up, but like they've also kind of, it's not that they've seen everything, they think they've seen everything.
Yeah.
So it's just like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah. I feel like with kids, like you have or like teenagers, you have a more impressionable, malleable
And they have
mind.
a more vivid imagination.
Yeah. And with teenagers, you're like, of course, like people being like teenagers being killed, like that's a very like very scary, like horrifying thing to have to experience or like to go through as like a community, because like that's your like
it's the kids.
Yeah, it's the kids, and it's like, how are you gonna like the parents, and it's like the parents can't do anything about it too. Yeah, because you never know when they're gonna strike.
Yeah, because they don't, like the regular people, like they don't know one, they don't know Henry, so like they don't know what the criteria is.
Yeah,
they don't know like why these specific kids.
Yeah.
Whereas
like with adults, it'd be like, of course, like throughout the entire season, they're trying to figure out who it is or like why it's happening. And it's like, I feel like adults, I feel like police act faster when it's like adults.
Yeah,
that's true. Okay.
Yeah, because like they'll take it seriously like immediately because it's a grown up speaking now.
Yeah.
Like if a kid's like, there's a thing from this other dimension, and it's doing these things, and like, any authority figure is like, okay, that's enough TV for you.
Yeah. It's easy to dismiss.
So that's it, everyone. Hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. Give these two a wonderful follow. Support them in all the social medias. Thanks
Lauren.
for watching. We'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye.
Bye.
Beep, beep. Beep. That's signature right there.